Hi, welcome. So I'd like to offer you in this practice um, Surya Namaskara A. So we'll go through the traditional iteration of that, and then we'll kind of riff on it the second time through and the third time through, like a few options that you can play with. So let's get going. Coming to the top of your mat. Taking a moment here just to bounce a little bit into the feet, feeling the surface of the feet and how that connects with the ground. And once you're feeling kind of rooted and stable, let's inhale here, reaching arms up overhead, looking to thumbs. Exhale, diving down. Bend your knees as much as you need to here to get that length in the spine, and then sliding up the shins, floating the torso, lengthening the spine on the inhale. Exhale, coiling back in. Let's plant the hands and walk it back to a plank. And then let's all come to the knees and then lower down to the belly. Inhale here into little cobra. Exhale through all fours, tuck the toes, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. First downward facing dog, let's just move around a little bit. You can pedal your feet out. Maybe bend both knees simultaneously, as we did in one of the previous sequences. Maybe just settling into that dynamic place of stillness. And then on the exhale, let's all bend the knees. Look forward where you're going in between the hands, and let's walk it up. So feet come together, top of the mat in between the hands. Inhale, floating the torso. Exhale, folding it in. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, drawing hands to the heart center. Okay, so listening for the changes this time around. Inhale it up. Sweep hands down, lead with the heart, open heart, broad chest, and coiling in at the bottom. Inhale to lengthen the spine, float the torso. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step it back to our straight arm plank, and we'll stay here and play with the plank a little bit. So pressing into the balls of the feet, pressing the body forward, just like you're sliding that plank up and down an incline. So trying to keep ankles, hips, shoulders in the same plane as much as is possible. Like you're just peeking over a cliff beyond the fingers, and just feeling how this sliding motion, we're destabilizing the body really in a sense, and that draws on our core stabilizers and strengthens them. All right, so from here, let's either bring knees down and lower to belly, or just lower through a push-up to the belly. And we'll find some rolling cobras here. So forehead touches down. Inhale is peeling the chest up away from the ground. Exhale, melting it back down. And again, inhale it up, and exhale, melting back down. One last time, inhale into your Bhujangasana. Exhale, surrendering to the ground. Let's snake the right arm out from the side of the shoulder, and then roll onto the right side. Just finding a nice stretch in the upper right chest. Enjoying a few breaths here. And then let's surrender that back to the belly and find that motion on the other side. So left arm snakes out, rolling onto left side. Finding the breath. Finding a little smile. And then rolling back to the belly. Let's tent the fingers and place the hands outside your mat, just in line with the shoulders. Now before we come up in this version of Bhujangasana, let's find that little micro tuck of the tail to anchor our pose. So once you've got that in place, we come up, lumbar spine is nice and safe and stable, into this very wide cobra, feeling that width and breadth and radiance we've just created, tapped into in that previous little exercise. Holding here for one more breath. And then just melting it down to the ground. Hands come under shoulders. Let's push up to all fours and find a few little cat-cows here just to release some of that work. So come to tented fingers. Exhale and round the spine. You can wiggle around in this shape however you feel your body wants to move here, side to side, forward and back, circling figure eights, whatever you're feeling. And then we'll place the hands flat, tuck the toes, and allow the belly to soften down towards the ground. Deep groin creases here, heart shining forward. And again, just find some little movements in this shape. Really just finding release. And then with the breath, pulse. So exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, tuck the toes, shine the heart forward. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, heart shines forward. And this time we're going to push up and back into our downward facing dog. Any little movements you want to make in your dog, pedaling out the feet, bending both knees together, and then drawing the heels towards the ground. Once again, just feeling, that will allow you to feel a little bit the same kind of cat-cow action in the pelvis. And then from here, let's all soften our knees, look forward where you're going, and walk your feet up in between the hands. Inhale to float the spine, lengthen. Exhale, coiling in. Inhale takes you up, arms meet overhead. Draw that experience back to the heart. Samasthiti, fluid knees. One breath here. And then let's take it again. So this time, option to hop back, hop forward, and come into your upward facing dog. So that's what I'll demonstrate, but if you're not feeling that right now, just do what we did just previous. Here we go. Inhale it up. Hands meet overhead. Exhale, diving it forward, coiling in at the end. Inhale to lengthen the spine, float the torso. Exhale to fold it in. Place the hands, bend the knees from this little crouch. Jump it back and come into our half push-up. Inhale over the toes. Tail is anchoring as you open the heart. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then we'll exhale, flipping over the toes back into our downward facing dog. Just taking whatever movements you need to in your dog, maybe finding a little twisting action, pedaling it out, or just settling into a dynamic stillness. One more breath cycle in your Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then looking where you're going on the exhale, softening the knees, crouch and little hop forward. Inhale, floating the torso. Exhale, folding it in. Inhale, coming up. Hands meet and exhale. Draw that back into the heart. Beautiful. So let's just sit down and take a moment together to close the practice with a little prayer. So hands find each other over the sternum, over the heart. And then we'll reach forward and touch the ground, touch the earth, thanking her for letting us dance with her with the Surya Namaskara A, drawing her blessing up to our third eye, and then releasing it back into the earth, sweeping the arms up, hands meet overhead, acknowledging the love that holds us all in being, drawing hands to third eye, acknowledging all our mentors and teachers on the path, and drawing our hands to the heart, bowing in, acknowledging each other. Thank you for practicing with me here today. It's been very sweet, and I'm